again.
Okay, you can mute them. Hello, dear viewer, and a warm welcome to Elumba Television. Hooray! It's a new month, and yes, it's December. Woo! I'm thinking so many groovy things will be happening this season. Yes, seriously, there's a lot of celebration, a lot of Christmas rice, chicken, plenty of it. And we at Elumba Television do wish you all the very best. We wish you an awesome celebration. Yes, we also do know that the year 2020 has been a hurdle-filled year, and there's been so much hustling. There's been so much backdrop, like you've been pulled back at some point because of the happenings around. COVID-19 was a major hit on the globe, and it did push a lot of people out of business. It did push a lot of people out of their jobs. And here we're looking at the year. Like personally, I was saying, I just can't wait for 2020 to just roll away. What a year! The good news is we're in the last month of the year 2020, and we will be singing our Christmas songs in a moment, just in a couple of weeks. Yeah, they're about 3 weeks, yes, and then we'll be saying Merry Christmas to you. But then it's Christmas and you should consider planning yourself. A lot of people have travel plans during Christmas. A lot of people do a lot of things, like spend a lot. Now, the thing is, if you are not buoyant enough, hello, do not kill yourself. Do not go borrowing. Remember 2021 will be in your face just before you know it. And if you go borrowing, it means you're going to start the year 2021 paying debts. Is that what you want? Obviously not, considering what 2020 has done to a lot of people. So you shouldn't be starting 2021 borrowing. So whatever you cannot afford at the moment, let it go. But be happy that you pulled through, that you sailed through, that you got through it all. You're here in December 2021. So do not kill yourself over what you cannot afford. So you can't make that journey, you can't take that trip right now. It's okay. Stay at home. Watch all the movies that you've not seen from January till now. There are movies that you've ignored while you're busy looking for money, trying to make ends meet, trying to get something. So, this is that time when you sit back and engage yourself with all the movies. And then you can also take this time to plan yourself for the next year. You can plan what you want to achieve next year, how you're going to launch it, how you're going to achieve that, what you're going to do to achieve what you want. Okay, use this time judiciously, use it very well, so that at the end of the day you'll be happy that even if you didn't make that trip, December was worth it. Okay, so you cannot buy all those luxury items you've wanted, cars, a new house, change your wardrobe, some other things. Don't worry, don't panic, don't fight, don't feel sad. And yes, do not let anybody talk you down. Do not even let anyone make you feel inferior. You know, the only person that can make you feel bad is you. How so? If someone is trying every effort to bring you down, talk you down, and all of that, and you pay deaf ears, and you do not even pay attention, they get frustrated and they will leave you alone. So, what to do? Do not let them get at you. Be comfortable. Be okay with your pace. The worst is not moving at all, but even a crawl, even a step is worth it. So, be comfortable where you are and manage yourself. Once again, welcome to December 2020. Vision welcomes you to this month, the last month of the year. And yes, if you've been thinking what's going on, this is Angel Liddy, and this is how we welcome you for today to our news session. This is where we tell you what's happening, what's trending, what's making news, what are people talking about. Well, we'll look at it in a moment. So I'll say you stay right here. And just in case you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, use this moment to do that. And also follow our Instagram page, like our Facebook page. That way you'll be the first to get all of our information as they come. One moment, we'll be taking you through our site, that is www.elumba.com. That's where we get all the news that you hear about, just in case you've not visited. Take a trip and be glad you did. So let's head over to the site to get the news for today. And right here we have I am Umahi begged me to shun PDP meetings after I refused to follow him to APC. That's another story on our site. You might also want to read it up. We have Nigerian intelligence operatives arrest Meina in Niger Republic. We also have UN reverse self on Borno attack debt toll. And we have alleged 69.4 billion naira debt. Jimoh Ibrahim seeks reversal of assets. We also have here military court convicts Major General Adeni over viral video. Hire mercenaries to wipe out Boko Haram, Zulum tells Buhari. And no petition against army before hashtag #EndSARS Lagos Judicial Panel. Alright, now let's get the details of the stories that we've just told you about. Nigerian intelligence operatives arrest Maina in Niger Republic. Operatives of Nigerian Intelligence Service and anti-corruption agents on Monday arrested Abdul Rashid Maina in Niger Republic. A top intelligence officer told PR Nigeria that the arrest was made on an existing mutual relationship and security agreement between the two countries. The former chairman of the Pension Reform Task Team, PRTT, is facing a 12-count money laundering charge filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. According to EFCC, Maina used his firm to launder about 2 billion naira. Over now to the next story. Alleged 69.4 billion naira debt, Jimoh Ibrahim seeks reversal of asset seizure. The Federal High Court sitting in Lagos has fixed Tuesday to hear an application by businessman Jimoh Ibrahim seeking to set aside an interim order which authorized the Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria, AMCON, to take over his properties over an alleged 69.4 billion naira debt. Justice Rilwan Aikawa adjourned the case on Monday after hearing arguments from Ibrahim's counsel and a senior advocate of Nigeria, Niyi Akintola. The judge had made the seizure order in a ruling on November 4th, while AMCON announced on November 18th that it had effectively taken over 12 properties belonging to the businessman and his firms. The properties include the Nikon Investment Limited building, plot 242, Muhammadu Buhari Way, Central Business District, Abuja. Nikon Hotels Limited building, plot 557, Port Harcourt Crescent off Gambia Street, Abuja, and the building of Nikon Lekki Limited, number 5 Custom Street, Lagos. AMCON's action is against Ibrahim, Nikon Investment Limited, and Global Fleet Oil and Gas Limited. Thus pleased with the seizure of his assets, Ibrahim and his firms, through Akintola, approached the court with a motion and notice seeking to discharge the interim seizure order. They contended that the court made the seizure order in error because AMCON allegedly concealed material facts in its ex parte application, leading to seizure order. The applicants urged the court to set aside the order for non-disclosure and misrepresentation of material facts. They also prayed the court to order AMCON to pay them 50 billion naira indemnity for their alleged failure to conduct due diligence before obtaining the said orders sought to be set aside and for misrepresentation and concealment of facts. Ibrahim and others described the move by AMCON leading to the seizure order as an abuse of court processes. But AMCON, through its lawyer and son Kemi Pinheiro, vehemently opposed the defendant's motion on notice and prayed the court to dismiss same. And now over to the next story. UN reverse self on Borno attack death toll. United Nations UN Humanitarian Affairs Coordination Office in Nigeria on Monday reversed itself on the casualty figure of the killings of fatness in Borno town weekend. UN in the news said tens of civilians were killed in the attack, a position which differed from its earlier information that 110 civilians were killed by Boko Haram during attack on rice farmers at a farmland at Zabamari, a remote community near Maiduguri. Tens of civilians were ruthlessly killed and many others were wounded in this attack, Mr. Edward Callan, UN resident and humanitarian coordinator, said in the corrected statement. Callan said he and the humanitarian community were outraged and horrified by the gruesome killing of the farmers at Koshebe, Zabamari near Maiduguri on Saturday afternoon. At least 110 civilians were ruthlessly killed and many others were wounded in this attack. The UN said its first statement on the attack released on Sunday. And now we go to the next story. Military court convicts Major General Adeni over viral video on Boko Haram. Now the details. Major General Olusegun Adeniyi has been convicted by a military court in Abuja, according to People's Gazette. Adeniyi was found guilty of violating military social media guidelines and ordered to be demoted by at least 3 years by the military tribunal that had the matter in the nation's capital. Tokunbo Banla, a Nigerian army private who was arraigned alongside the military chief, was also found guilty and sentenced to 28 days of hard labor. Both convictions will take effect subject to confirmation by the military board. The verdict came about 7 months after a video went viral on social media of Mr. Adeniyi complaining about a dearth of serviceable military equipment to combat Boko Haram insurgents in the northeast. The Major General was summarily suspended from work by the Nigerian Army, which subsequently filed charges of military social media guidelines violation against him. The Major General strongly denied wrongdoings, with his lawyers saying today's tribunal judgment will be appealed to higher military authorities. And on the next story, we have hire mercenaries to wipe out Boko Haram. Zulum tells Buhari the details. Governor of Borno State, Babagana Zulum, has told President Muhammadu Buhari to recruit mercenaries in getting rid of Boko Haram insurgents from Sambisa Forest. Ex-President Goodluck Jonathan had procured the services of mercenaries to assist the Nigerian army in the war against the insurgents. But the government of Buhari terminated the contract with mercenaries in 2015. Zulum listed hiring of mercenaries amongst his recommendations to the president over the frequent attacks in the state when the federal government delegation visited Borno on Monday over the killing of at least 45 farmers. Among those in the federal government delegation were Senate President Ahmed Lawan, Ibrahim Gabbari, Chief of Staff to the President Babagana Monguno, National Security Advisor, and some ministers. Other recommendations by the government: provision of armed resistance armored personnel carriers, rehabilitation of roads, and support for displaced persons. He said one of our recommendations as possible solution to end insurgency is the immediate recruitment of our youth into military and paramilitary services to complement the efforts of the Nigerian forces. Our second recommendation is to engage the services of our immediate neighbors, especially the government of Chad, Cameroon, and Niger Republic, in clearing the remnants of Boko Haram hiding in the shores of the Lake Chad. Our third recommendation is for him to engage the services of the mercenaries to clear the entire Sambisa forest. And our fourth recommendation is for him to provide the police and the military with armed resistance armored personnel carriers and other related equipment. We are also soliciting the support of the federal government to support the Borno State repatriation of displaced persons currently residing in Cameroon and Niger Republic. Zulum added that the Federal Ministry of Works had not constructed roads in the last 25 years in Borno State and most parts of the Northeast. And finally, we have to look at the petition. This story says no petition against Army before hashtag NSAS Lagos Judicial Panel legal team. And the details. The Nigerian Army did not appear at the Lagos State Judicial Panel of Inquiry into alleged shooting of NSAS protesters at Lekki because it was petitioned. The legal team representing the Nigerian Army at the panel said that the Army was only summoned by the panel as part of their fact-finding inquiry to unravel the role of Army personnel at the scene of the incident. Leader of the team, Mr. Akinolu Kehinde-san, disclosed this while presenting the report on the incident to the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukuru Buratai, on Monday in Abuja. Kehinde said that the panel, Brigadier General Ahmed Taiwo, successfully presented the Army side of the story. I wanted to be clear that at no point in time was the Nigerian Army summoned as a respondent. That means that there are no allegations whatsoever was raised against the Nigerian Army by any organization or anybody before the panel. The duty of the Nigerian Army was to help the panel to throw light on what the Army did on the Lekki toll gate saga. I want to say without fear of contradiction that at the end of the testimony and cross-examination of the Nigerian Army's sole witness, I want to believe that the Army was able to explain in detail its involvement in that particular episode. The sitting of the panel is still ongoing and it will be unethical for me to comment on what the likely outcomes of the recommendation will be, he said. Respondent Buratai, represented by the Chief of Policy and Plans, Army, Lieutenant Colonel Lamidi Adeosu said that Nigerians should be confident that they have an army that is professional and responsive. Buratai said that part of the role of Nigerian army was to support the civil authorities in maintaining peace and order. He expressed confidence that the outcome of the panel's investigation would help correct some impressions about the Army's role on the Lekki episode. He also urged the public to see the Army in a positive light, adding that it had been professional in the discharge of its constitutional roles. Also, the Chief of Administration, Army, Major General Usman Yakubu, said the legal team had come up with their report after the panel appearance by Army witness at the panel. And this is why we draw the curtains for today on our news for you. Until we come your way again, I'll say stay safe. However, take a trip to our Instagram page, like our Instagram page, and also follow it. And of course, our Facebook page to follow as well. And do subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on the notification so that you'll be the first to get our news when it comes your way. And this is Angel Lady saying bye for now.